I could tell on the plane ride that I might have trouble with the team. They kept comparing passport stamps with one another. During the devotion time, I tried to emphasize that we weren't there for us, that God was already there. It was clear that some members were only taking this trip as a vacation or as a way to brag to their churches about where they had been.
So we have volunteers in the kitchen, volunteers in the urban kids program, and the garden, and so forth. The painting program, we welcome groups year round. Well, I think most of our groups, most of our teams have been just terrific and adapt well and just have a terrific experience. We have many groups that come back year after year. I can think of one group that really, I think they had a frustrating time, and it was this past summer. The youth director called, expressed some interest. I answered a lot of questions about what we do and told him about the program, and he said, well, what we really like to do is we like to do construction work, rehab, work on houses, sort of fix things. And I said, well, that's not really what we do. I said, the main thing we focus on is simply the painting of the home, the exterior. Time went by and I didn't hear much from him, but then they registered sort of late in the process, and I was a bit surprised. They were really unhappy with that they didn't have more repair opportunities, which is not who we are, what we do. It's not what we advertise. And I had told him, so I think his adults were unhappy. They were very unhappy with the overall. Well, there wasn't much they were happy about.
No, things have changed now. The mission field has changed. We have a structured change there, structured leadership. Let them tell you what they need. Don't tell them what you need to give them. But they are saying, no, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do. And I'm telling you, it doesn't work that way. Let's ask them what they want.
The local people can definitely tell the teams that come with an agenda versus those that are coming as relationship builders. They know the difference. They can tell those that are there to love with them, that come, that are humble, that want to share a meal with them, and they're really here to make friends. The local people can tell the difference. And I think that kind of depends on the team, that depends on, how well we do as preparing the local people as well, the church here to host them.
Yeah. And it's little things sometimes. It's sharing the meal, it's listening to the stories, it's asking questions and showing genuine interest. Some teams come and you have a really hard time even getting the team members to split up and start to engage with the community on a one-on-one basis.
I think the biggest mistake a mission team can make, or any Christ follower in a context with persons that are not from their community can make, is to fail to listen. I believe that when we enter into another person's world, whether it's me entering into your world when we're in conversation, or me going halfway across the world into a culture where I've never been, it's critical to show the respect of listening to the other person and of trying to understand their context, trying to understand their hopes and dreams, trying to understand their values. When we do that, then we're less likely to impose our own stuff on the other. Instead, we position ourselves in such a way where the relationship is more likely to be a mutual relationship. And when we have a mutual relationship with the persons with whom we're mission, then what we discover is that both parties are givers and receivers.
Probably easier to talk about what I hope their motivation isn't than what it is. You know, we shouldn't just be something on a checklist that people feel like they have to do because they go to church. And we shouldn't be something that people do because they think they need to somehow score points or make up for deficiencies in other parts of their lives. You know, I'll be honest with you, I came on a mission trip for the very first time when I was 15 years old for all the wrong reasons. I didn't know anything about service, or especially not about Costa Rica, and it just seemed like something cool to do over the summer. And there were probably cute girls that were going on that trip, and I thought, sign me up. And it changed my life.
Here, you don't buy a soda at a kiosk without first establishing a relationship with someone, without first saying, hola, ¿cómo estás? Because everything is based on relationships here. If you want to ask directions of a bus driver, you know, step up into that door and say, this bus goes to the terminal. If you haven't first said, hola, ¿cómo estás? Establish the relation, even quickly, they might not help you well. Or so this is a very relationship-based culture.